college football playoff rankings come out last night, and there's been some consternation about Tennessee. There's been some consternation about Oregon, about LSU. This is what I would tell you. There is no criteria for the college football playoff rankings. None. Look it up. It doesn't say you have to be a conference champion. It doesn't say your strength of record needs to be in the single digits. It doesn't say you have to be in the SEC. It doesn't say your name has to be Alabama. Although it certainly feels like that sometimes. Or that you have to beat Alabama. Here's what we know, though. College football playoffs started in 2000 with the 2014 season. 12 Power 5 teams, 12, have gone unbeaten. All 12 of those teams have made the college football playoff. Let me repeat. Since 2014, there have been 12 Power 5 conference teams who have gone unbeaten in the regular season and after the conference championship, and all 12 have made the college football playoff. Look what we have here. Last night, Georgia, number 1, 9-0. Ohio State, number 2, 9-0. Michigan, number 3, 9-0. More on the Wolverines in a second. TCU, number 4, 9-0. That covers all of your unbeaten Power 5 teams in college football this season. So the unwritten rule is followed, even for only the second Tuesday of rankings. So I will give the committee points for consistency there. Where I will not give the committee any points. Do you look at some of these games that are being played? Let's start with Michigan. Michigan is 9-0. I'm not disputing that. What do you think the difference between Michigan being 9-0 and Tennessee being 8-1 might be? Well, Michigan beat Colorado State, who's 2-7. Let me ask you a question. You think it's possible that Tennessee could beat Colorado State? Michigan beat Hawaii, who's 2-8. Michigan beat UConn, who is now, much credit to Jim Mora, 5-5 this season. All right? This is hardly a murderer's row of non-conference opponents. UConn, by the way, has been the worst program in Division I football. So, Colorado State, Hawaii, UConn. Fine, you say. What about the vaunted Big 12 that Michigan plays in? Okay, Maryland's a pretty good team. Iowa's the worst team in offense in the last 25 years. Indiana is Indiana. Penn State is the third best Big 10 team. Congratulations. You are the best dressed person at a 1970s key party. Michigan State is hardly the team that they thought they were going to be. And then there's Rutgers. What I'm getting at here is Michigan's 9-0 because of their schedule. That's why Michigan is 9-0. Tennessee, meanwhile, is 8-1. You had them number 1 in your own poll the previous week because of their wins. Let us review which of those wins would be most impressive. Oh, yeah, they beat Alabama. Oh, yeah, they beat LSU. They didn't just beat LSU, though.
Beat the brakes off them.
They beat the absolute brakes, the transmission, the rear door, the rear brake light, all of them. They beat LSU 40-13 down in the real Death Valley. 40-13. What the hell am I missing here? What is on Michigan's resume that even comes close to what Tennessee did? What? So all you're saying here is you wanted to take the easy way out. Of course, this only applies to Power 5 conference teams because you'll remember Central Florida has run the table twice in 17 and again in 18. Their ranking 12 in 17. Their ranking in 18, 8. How much do you want to bet Central Florida's strength of schedule was used against them or their strength of record was used against them? Let me ask again. Michigan has beaten Colorado State, Hawaii, and UConn. Really? Really. You're going to sit in a room and talk about teams and compare teams, and you can't look past a loss to the number one team in the country on their home field when they are juiced and primed and ready to play you? I don't think there's anybody who wins the game at Georgia, by the way. But we've seen Georgia be mortal on the road at Missouri. The more and more you look at this stuff, the more and more you'll come around to college football is about when the games are played, where they are played, and what the heck happened the previous week and what's going on the next week.
Just look at Oregon.
Look at Oregon and their flimsy resume. Okay? If you're unbeaten and you're from a Power 5 conference, you're getting in. That's what they're saying. That's what the data says they're going to do, and that's what they're saying with these rankings this week. I'm not going to get too fired up about them because, quite frankly, Michigan and Ohio State play each other. That really shouldn't excuse Michigan, who was supposed to play UCLA this year. Yeah, the same UCLA team that is in the top 10 in this week's rankings. They were supposed to play UCLA. UCLA is number 12. They were supposed to play UCLA. Do you know why they canceled the game in 2019, Dennis?
Same reason why they canceled against NC State. They were scared.
They canceled. This is from the story in 2019.
Okay.
Michigan has terminated a home-and-home series with UCLA in 22 and 23 and has replaced them with dates for home games against Hawaii, who we saw, and, drum roll, ECU.
There it is.
So they're going to play ECU. And all of this because Michigan, who, mind you, is in a contract with the Fox Network and CBS next year that is going to pay them more than $70 million per year. That's not enough because they have to have 7 home games. Have to.
Mm-hmm.
How much money is too much money?
Ask the guy who just won the Powerball. Ask him if that's too much money.
It's important that this committee punishes Michigan for this schedule. If they go unbeaten by the end of the year and they get in over Tennessee, which is going to happen, mind you, they should be punished for this schedule. They should be punished for their greed. They won't be, but they should be.